All right, let's talk about something every Muslim parent knows all too well. That moment in the grocery store when you're trying to figure out if something's halal, but you're in the middle of total chaos. Well, today we're breaking down a super quick, stress-free system to handle exactly that. You know the scene, right? One kid's having a meltdown, the other's trying to climb into the freezer, and you're just trying to read this tiny ingredient list. It's high pressure, and you need an answer, like yesterday. And look, that's what this is all about. You can forget about memorizing a bunch of complicated E-codes. What you really need is a simple, repeatable method that gives you confidence without slowing you down. So let's dive in. We call this the traffic light system. Think of it as a decision-making framework that's built for speed and clarity, right there in the grocery aisle. It's really as simple as it sounds. Green means go, toss it in the cart. Yellow means hang on, pause, and just check one thing. And red means stop. Put it back on the shelf, no second guessing. This little mental model is honestly the key to making fast, confident choices. So, how does this actually work when you're shopping? Well, it's a simple 5-step process. Let's walk through each one right now. Step 1 is the ultimate shortcut. Just look for a trusted halal logo on the package. If you see one, you're done. Seriously, that's a green light. It's the absolute fastest and most reliable way to know for sure. Okay, but what if there's no logo? Now you move to step 2. Spend maybe 30 seconds, max, scanning the ingredient list for the really obvious red flags. The deal breakers. These are your primary red lights. You're looking for words like gelatin, carmine, which is also called E120, and lard. If you see any of these and there's no halal certification, it's an immediate nope. Just put it back and keep on moving. So what if there's no certification and no obvious red flags? Now we're in the yellow light zone with step 3, checking for additives that could be haram, all depending on where they come from. E471 is the classic example here. It's an emulsifier that's in everything from bread to ice cream. The thing is, it can come from plants, which is totally fine, or it can come from animal fat, which might not be. This is where you need to do a quick check instead of just guessing. And that brings us right to step 4. Let your phone do the heavy lifting. Instead of squinting at the label trying to find these codes, you can just use an app like Halal Code Check to scan the barcode. It'll analyze all the additives for you instantly. And finally, step 5, it's decision time. Based on the certification, the scan, or your quick check, you make the call. Green light, you buy it. Red light, you skip it. Yellow light that you can't figure out quickly, just grab a safe alternative you already know. The whole goal is to keep moving. Okay, so that's the 5-minute check. But now let's see how this builds into a long-term strategy that pretty much makes your shopping automatic. See, the real game changer isn't about reading labels faster. It's about having to make fewer decisions in the first place. Once you've verified a product, you just add it to a safe list so you never have to check it again. A really great way to do this is just to start a simple note on your phone. Break it down by categories you shop for the most. After a few weeks, your regular items become totally automatic. And what's really cool is you can turn this whole chore into a teaching moment. For the little kids, just getting into the habit of we check labels is huge. For older kids, you can actually empower them with a simple checklist. It helps you out, and it builds a great lifelong habit for them too. All right, even with a great system, there are a few common traps that can trip parents up. So let's quickly go over the 3 biggest ones to avoid. First, and this one is a biggie, don't just trust the claims on the front of the box. Words like vegetarian or natural sound good, but they do not guarantee a product is halal. A vegetarian product can still use alcohol in its flavorings or have that tricky E471 that comes from animal fat. Second, always remember that companies change their recipes all the time. The cereal that was perfectly fine 6 months ago might have a new emulsifier today. It's a really good idea to just quickly re-verify things on your safe list every few months to be sure. And the final mistake is trying to be a walking encyclopedia of E-codes. It's just not necessary, and it's super stressful. You don't need to memorize dozens of codes when you have much better tools ready to go. So the most important thing to take away is this. Rely on your process. Trust the traffic light system, use your phone to scan, and keep that safe list updated. A good system is always going to be more reliable than your memory, especially when you're under pressure. Okay, so you've got the system down. So what's the next step to actually put all of this into action? It's really, really simple. Let's answer this super common question. If you are ever in doubt and the kids are losing it, just make the easy choice. Grab an alternative that you know is safe for now. You can always do the research on the other product later when you're home. The goal here is confidence, not a 10-minute debate in the aisle. So, are you ready to make your next grocery trip just a little bit smoother? Just try this 5-step method on your next trip. After a couple of times, you'll have a solid, safe list, and the whole thing just becomes second nature. This isn't really about reading labels. It's about getting your time and your peace of mind back. How much stress could a simple system like this save you?